We found Al through some good friends of ours. He had built their house about a year before we had decided to start the process, and we loved everything that he did with their house. It's beautiful, and the quality was really high, and they were absolutely pleased with the entire process with Al, and they loved working with him. So we met with several builders, and we had pretty much decided to go with this one building company, and our friends said, you really need to talk to Al. We just loved him, we loved everything he did, and we're so happy and pleased, and the quality of work and his attention to detail, and everything was unsurpassed. So we said, okay, we'll meet with Al. He came over, he was on time, he was professional, he looked at my plans, he had everything from just some insight on our shingle work. He was giving us tips on how to build the house, and he was impressed with the plans, and he walked through the house and kind of gave us some ideas on how he would build the house. And the initial meeting with him, there was something about him that I could trust, and we waited for his bid to come in, and it was right on par with the others, and we just said, that's it, that's Al. I think a lot of people were asking us as we were moving into this house, how do you feel about your builder now? Now that you're at the end of the project, how do you feel? And we just said, oh, we love him, we want to have him over for dinner, we just had the best experience with building this house. It was such a smooth process, and it was very streamlined, and we're moving in on time. We're just so pleased. The barn door was something that we saw in a magazine, and I didn't know if we would be able to do it. It's something that I would always throw ideas out at Al, and so it was almost like he wanted to live in the house, or he was building it like he would live in it one day too. So he would, all the details that we thought of, he thought that would be, a wonderful addition to the house. Okay, well, one of the things that we had in the design of the house was a very large window in our breakfast area. It was a very important part of the house because it lets in all the light into the kitchen and the breakfast area, but it was going to be probably one of our most expensive line items. Al was able to look at that, and he met with one of his suppliers. He has a great window supplier, and he has a great relationship with all of his subcontractors. And they basically figured out a way to do it with one giant window, and then they put sort of the mullions that were handmade on top of it on both sides to make it look like it was sort of the single pane glass forged iron window. We did it at a fraction of the cost. I mean, probably a tenth of what the iron window would have cost. I don't ever want to move out of my house. I think we've made my dream house, so I'm hoping that we never have to move, but if we do, I wouldn't hesitate to use Al again. I'd almost be excited to start the process over. He goes above and beyond to make sure that you get what you want. And I knew exactly how I wanted it to look. I knew the colors we wanted to use, I knew the floor it wanted to look like, and the windows and the light streaming in. And when I walk through the house in the morning today or tomorrow or next week, it's exactly the way I walk through it in my mind. And I think that's pretty remarkable, that you can have someone that you trust and that knows you and can listen to your ideas and take it from paper and put it to reality. It's just wonderful.